Every trip writes its own story, and our time on the Gold Coast was no exception. The challenge is that we didn't just have one adventure. We had many, each one different, from squeaky sand.
I don't know if you can hear it, but there's squeaky sand. Swans.
Black swans on our sugar
Just
scoop.
came up to our sugar scoop. Black Australian swans.
To bayside shopping.
One of the great things about the Gold Coast is that they are very boat friendly. So they have these docks right next to shopping centers. Like there's department stores and grocery stores, and you can get your grocery carts right up next to your dinghy.
Each one unforgettable. So instead of trying to squeeze it all into a single tale, I thought, why not tell it like a book? Some chapters will make you smile, some will make you hold your breath, and others will just make you want to pack your bags and come here yourself. So here it is, our story of the Gold Coast, one chapter at a time.
Wait, before we continue, make sure you push the subscribe button, the like button, and the bell button, or your kids will play Minecraft.
Chapter 1. The Pelicans. Every day at 1:30 sharp, Kara Seafoods gives out their scraps to the pelicans. And the pelicans can apparently tell time because they are always there and waiting. Out of nowhere, this massive squadron crowds in, beaks snapping, and suddenly the calm shoreline becomes a feeding frenzy. Up close, they're enormous, almost prehistoric. Honestly, I felt a mix of awe and intimidation.
They look like a bird that was shaped with a longer beak, bigger eyes, and more cuter, but looking more fearsome at the same time somehow.
Like I was standing in the middle of a squadron of flying dinosaurs. And then, just as quickly as they appeared, they drifted back into the bay, leaving only ripples behind. Chapter 2. The Parklands. The Gold Coast isn't just about beaches, it's also home to the Broadwater Parklands, an incredible stretch of green space packed with surprises. Walking through, we stumbled across something I honestly didn't even know existed, a massive inflatable bouncy pillow. Watching kids launch themselves into the air on this gigantic cushion was equal parts hilarious and amazing.
It's a bit crowded, but when you're getting off and they say one, you're dead because it bounces and flies you off.
I couldn't believe this was just sitting out in the public park, free for anyone to enjoy. The Parklands showed me that the Gold Coast has a playful side I never expected.
A kid ran into me. Ow.
Chapter 3. South Stradbroke Island. Just a short hop across the water and suddenly the Gold Coast skyline is gone, replaced by wild bushland, sandy trails, and crashing surf.
Have you ever been walking? While you're walking, your foot steps on something sharp. Imagine that, but 24/7.
And then in the middle of it all, we came across kangaroos, just casually grazing like they owned the place. It was one of those moments where you realized this isn't just a getaway, it's a natural adventure with Australia's most iconic animals as your neighbors. Chapter 4. Hota. I think it's pronounced Hota. Anyway, we arrived at the Home of the Arts by dinghy.
My kids are kind of bored because this was a long ride from our anchorage. We can get so many islands. So this is yet another island. I mean, the Gold Coast is full of so many islands. I kind of feel like it's cheating to count like 10 islands, but the Gold Coast is just made of islands. So I don't know what to tell you.
Outside, a massive amphitheater sat empty when we visited, adding a strange calm to a place designed for energy and crowds. The Hota building itself is full of color, and inside it bursts with creativity through galleries and exhibits. Kota showed us that the Gold Coast tells its story not just through nature, but through art and imagination too. Chapter 5, The Boat Wreck. Some chapters you plan for and others just happen. We'd gone to church by dinghy, cruising through the canals that open out into the bay. But after the service, which was on the island of Capri, as we stepped back into our little boat, we saw a small fishing boat suddenly capsize right beside another tiny island. What started as a quiet Sunday turned into a rescue mission. We helped them recover what they could, a phone, and most importantly, a treasured tackle box that had been passed down for generations. It was an adventure we weren't expecting, and one more island added to our growing count.
The biggest fella, he was standing at the back and casting, and then he lost balance because when he fell, we, with the weight of us all on one side, tipped the boat over.
The final chapter.
Welcome to Surfer's Paradise!
Surfer's Paradise. You can't tell the story of the Gold Coast without mentioning its famous beach. For us, it felt a little bittersweet. We couldn't help but miss Joshua, our old crew member and surfer who would have loved this place. But even without him, Surfer's Paradise had plenty to offer. We strolled along the beach, soaked in the energy, and ended our day at the bustling markets. In the midst of it all, going to Macintosh Island. It was the perfect way to close out our Gold Coast story. A mix of sun, surf, and memories that will always stay with us. And that's our story of the Gold Coast, told one chapter at a time. From squadrons of pelicans to surprised adventures on the water, and from wild islands to the heart of Surfer's Paradise, every page gave us something new to remember. But our story isn't finished yet. Next time we head into the Gold Coast hinterland.
Already, this is one of the most gorgeous hikes I've ever been on in my entire life.
Where my son almost died.
That was so freaky! The mountain just almost killed my son!
Stay tuned!